According to Benjamin Franklin, one of the great proponents of this virtue, industry is defined as lose no time, be always employed in something useful, cut off all unnecessary actions. In an era characterized by relentless progress and innovation, industry, the commitment to dedicate ourselves to productive and meaningful work, is of critical significance. Franklin, an exemplar of industry, contributed significantly to society through his various roles as a writer, scientist, inventor, statesman, and diplomat. However, one of his most iconic embodiments of industry was his establishment of the American Philosophical Society. Franklin, recognizing a void in Philadelphia's intellectual discourse, took the initiative to form the Junto Club, a weekly assembly of individuals to discuss philosophy and science. The club was not just a leisurely endeavor. It demanded active contributions from each member, either through stimulating conversation topics or by introducing new books for discussion. This effort to intellectually nourish themselves and their community is an excellent example of Franklin's interpretation of industry: focused, engaged, and valuable productivity.
Dear friends, in a time when you have machines that do the work of 10 men, and man's capacity for idleness seems to have reached alarming proportions, I find it necessary to remind you of the virtue of industry. When I first devised my method for moral perfection, I defined industry as lose no time, be always employed in something useful, cut off all unnecessary actions. Although the world in which you live today differs greatly from the one I knew, the principle of industry remains as crucial as ever. There is a considerable advantage in being industrious, my friends. It gives rise to a purposeful life, full of accomplishments and satisfaction. The person who is industrious not only benefits themselves, but also contributes positively to their community and their world. I myself experienced the value of industry. I started my life as an apprentice printer, and through hard work, I built a printing network that stretched across the colonies. In your world, which is faster and more complex than the one I knew, it is all too easy to lose time, to fritter it away on things that hold no value or promise no growth. I urge you to resist such temptations. Time, once lost, cannot be recovered, and while your machines may reduce the need for physical labor, they do not lessen the need for intellectual and moral work. Apply industry to your personal growth, to your learning, and to your service to others. Be always employed in something useful. Remember that the glow of one warm thought is worth more than money. Use your time and energies to acquire knowledge, to innovate for the good of mankind, and to practice kindness and generosity. Moreover, in the sphere of business, industry is more than a virtue, it is a necessity. It is industry that drives commerce, propels innovation, and creates prosperity. Thus, an industrious nation is a flourishing one. In closing, I beseech you, citizens of this remarkable future, do not let the ease of your lives lull you into inactivity. Instead, embrace industry. Make the best use of your time. For as I once said, dost thou love life, then do not squander time, for that is the stuff life is made of. Yours in industry. Benjamin Franklin.
Diligence is the mother of good luck, Franklin once said, indicating that the diligent application of this virtue might make us beneficiaries of good fortune. In delving deeper into the understanding of industry as envisioned by Franklin, it becomes clear that his maxim, lose no time, be always employed in something useful, cut off all unnecessary actions, promotes not a ceaseless toil, but a life of mindful productivity. During Franklin's time in the 18th century, useful work mostly entailed physical labor vital to survival and societal progression. However, with societal evolution, the concept of useful work now encompasses intellectual, emotional, and creative endeavors. We have transcended from an era of pure physicality to a world wherein work finds representation in diverse forms. Yet our technologically advanced society, with its cornucopia of distractions, also poses significant challenges to industry. In the face of continuous digital information flow in the form of news, social media, and entertainment, maintaining focus on productive tasks can be daunting. It is essential to reflect upon the hours we may unknowingly while away, engaged in constant content consumption or social media browsing. These activities often reflect the unnecessary actions Franklin urged us to avoid, as they may divert us from more meaningful or productive pursuits. Franklin's life provides us with an instructive template in this regard. Even during his travels, he consistently engaged in productive activities, such as learning new languages or conducting scientific experiments. However, Franklin's notion of industry does not decry the importance of leisure or relaxation. Instead, it seeks a balanced life where work, rest, and leisure all contribute to our overall growth and well-being. Engaging in useful activities fuels not only individual growth, but also contributes to community enrichment. Several advantages arise from cultivating industry. One of them, enhanced productivity, can be directly linked to this virtue. By channeling our energy towards purposeful tasks, we manage to achieve more within a limited time frame. Benjamin Franklin himself is an epitome of this facet of industry, having made considerable strides in numerous fields, including politics, science, literature, and entrepreneurship. Secondly, the virtue of industry nurtures skill development and lifelong learning. As we invest our time and efforts into purposeful work, we embark on a journey of continuous learning and skill refinement. Thirdly, meaningful work often culminates in personal satisfaction and happiness. The fruits of our hard work instill a sense of fulfillment and purpose in us, echoing the principles of positive psychology that posit flow or complete immersion in activities as a contributor to overall well-being. The virtue of industry extends beyond the individual realm to societal impact. As we engage in purposeful work, we contribute to societal improvement, as illustrated by Franklin's diverse contributions ranging from the establishment of the first public library to groundbreaking studies in electricity. Finally, industry plays a crucial role in ensuring our actions align with our values and aspirations. Choosing to engage in meaningful and useful activities helps steer our lives in the direction that mirrors our values and goals. Emulating Benjamin Franklin, we too can foster the virtue of industry in our lives. On your virtues chart, track your practice of industry each day this week. Ask your daily questions of what good shall I do this day in the mornings, and what good have I done today in the evenings. Note in your journal how the practice feels. Reflect on any challenges. Here are some exercises that can assist you in incorporating industry into your daily routines. Engaging in reflective journaling can provide powerful insights into our behaviors and habits. Over the next week, keep a record of your daily activities. At the end of each day, reflect on which tasks claimed most of your time and energy. Did these tasks align with your important goals? Were there instances of time wasted on less significant activities? This practice of self-observation can be enlightening and inspire necessary changes. As you continue with your journal, experiment with the time blocking technique mentioned earlier. Dedicate specific hours of your day to work, learning, rest, and leisure. Make conscious decisions about how you spend your time, aiming to avoid unnecessary distractions and procrastination. Keep track of your progress and note any improvements in your productivity and satisfaction. Outline clear and measurable goals for yourself for the next week, month, or year. Make sure your goals are realistic and specific. Emulating Franklin's practice of continuous learning and improvement, your goals can reflect this mindset. Choose a new skill or subject that you want to learn. Set aside a specific amount of time each day or week to learn about this topic. It could be a new language, a technical skill, or a subject you have always been curious about. Do you find yourself fully dedicated to your tasks, or do you grapple with maintaining focus and motivation? Identify areas for improvement and make a commitment to make these changes. Remember, The virtue of industry revolves around diligent and purposeful work. Let's use these exercises to nurture industry and strive for continuous growth and improvement, following in the footsteps of Benjamin Franklin.